Welcome to another Todd's
2-Minute Tech Tip Tuesday.
Brought to you by the National RV Training Academy, the only academy that gives you the credentials to become a certified tech and/or certified inspector. This week on What Is That? Let's look at the furnace. If you're still RVing wrong, which means you're having to turn your furnace on, let's talk about that. If you have a furnace and you have wheels, which do you choose? I choose wheels. But for some of you, I guess you still want to have to turn the furnace on because you think 75 degrees is too cold. I want to go over just a couple tips about how to maintain this furnace. Okay. Now, most of us, we do have a forced air furnace, and we're aware of some of the exhausts that are on the outside, but I want to point out something here that can really help out the longevity of your furnace, and that is keeping the area around your furnace clean. Yes, I know it's hard to get to. It's very hard to get to, but I want to show you something. Now let's think about this. You got to maintain your air conditioner. One thing you have to maintain your air conditioner is clean out the air filters. Have you ever cleaned out the air filter for your furnace? No, you haven't. Put your hand down because no, you haven't. Now, if I turn this sideways, you will notice that this is where the air inlet is. Of course, this goes across our primary burn chamber. But you see how big this opening is? That's the problem that we have. Most of the time, especially in fifth wheels, these are going to be subfloor in some type of compartment. Do you think they vacuumed up? Do you think they picked everything up? No. As this begins to spin, it begins to pull more and more dirt in there. Now, we have a sail switch that is actually what we call basically a prover switch. We have to make sure that we have enough airflow before our ignition process. All of that dirt, that hair, if you still have hair, goes in there and it clogs up that sail switch. Now, it's relatively easy to go ahead and take care of the sail switch, but these are very hard to get to. The furnace, there's few parts to it, but it really takes quite a bit for us to pull this out. We have to disconnect the propane, we have to disconnect the cabling and pull this out, right? Some DIYers, okay, but for most of us, no, let's just call in a tech to do that. So to help prevent that, go ahead and clean up. Get your vacuum out, clean up around your furnace. And I would do that I would check it every couple months, especially whenever you're using it in the winter time, because that's when you'll need it most. And you'll be able to figure out how often you need to go back and just vacuum that area up. Okay. The second thing, of course, and we all know this, is we have our inlet and our exhaust. And that's actually what creates the air for the flame. And of course, this can get dirty. Telltale signs is you're going to see a lot of soot on the outside of your rig or around your exhaust. If you see soot, more than likely you've got some type of obstruction. In order to prevent that, we'd like to keep these clean. Here's the dilemma. We can put on dauber screens whenever we're not using this. But I do need to caution you, Suburban has reached out and let us know that they will void the warranty if those dauber screens are on there. So while I prefer them, I do need to let you know that dauber screens are not preferred, at least by Suburban. So something you want to check, make sure that you don't see wasps or bees or whatever, dirt daubers going in there, because of course they tend to build their nest, and that's what causes a problem. So what I want you to do is look for the soot. If you're looking for the soot, call out a tech to have this serviced. All right, and that is your tech tip. If you want to be able to fix the majority of the problems on your rig, or let's say you want to open up a business, become a certified inspector or a certified RV technician, head over to our website at NRVTA.com, click on programs, and get started today.
Tell me when.
Well, yeah, my better stuff is when it's off. You know, when the cameras aren't rolling.
Okay, it's off.
That's when the genius comes out, and people miss that. What happened? Was there a phone that went off? You know, like, how smart is Todd? Well, it's just one of those things that, you can't see on camera. That's how, well, it's like flashes of brilliance. It happens so fast, no one can see it. It's kind of like an inrush. But, bammo.
Okay.
And there's your tech tip.